What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 207 of the Idiotic Sports Talk. I'm your host, Liam Gavin, coming to you live from my bedroom. Today, I'm giving you all the Week 14 picks around the NFL. Last week, 9-4 record, solid, but let's crack for double-digit wins this week. We'll start with the Thursday game kicking off tonight, the Patriots versus the Steelers. Watching the wall would probably be more fun than watching this game. Two teams without their starting quarterbacks. The Steelers have to go with Mitch Trubisky. The Patriots go with Bailey Zapp. And both offenses are just not good, but at least the Steelers can run the ball. Both defenses are solid, and despite the Patriots being a bad team, their defense over the last 4 games has given up 11.5 points per game, but their offense is only scoring 7.5 points per game. But in my opinion, the Steelers' defense is much better. They'll get after Bailey Zapp, and it comes down to who do you trust more, Trubisky with the Steelers offense or Zappy with the New England offense. It's kind of tough, right? It's like Russian roulette, but I got to go with the Steelers with Mitch because he's more of a veteran quarterback. The Patriots offense is just that ugly. So I got the Steelers winning this one 13-10. On to the Sunday games. The Texans take on the Jets. So the Texans have been looking sharp. They're playing for something to get into the playoffs, while the Jets have lost 5 straight. Could be a trap game for them, but, I don't really think it's going to happen. I know C.J. Stroud was banged up a little bit last week, but he's good to go now. And the Texans offense, I think, will struggle versus a good Jets defense early, but eventually they will progress as the game goes on because I see the Jets defense being out there a lot of times, like how they have been all year because the offense is that bad. The Texans defense isn't good, but they're certainly not bad, but they'll look elite against the Jets offense. The Jets have to go with Zach Wilson here. They plan to have him back at quarterback. Earlier in the week, though, he said that he didn't want to play quarterback, so his confidence is completely broken. The Jets defense is going to do good, in my opinion, but they won't get any help from the offense. I see the Texans winning this one 23-13. Next, the Rams take on the Ravens. So the Rams are hot right now. They've won 3 straight games, but they're taking on one of the best teams in the league who's coming off their bye. The Rams' luck, I think, runs out, especially in Baltimore. The Rams have fire on offense, but I don't think it's enough against that defense. I don't see the Rams' defense stopping Lamar and company. The Ravens can lose if they sleep on the Rams, though, but they'll be well-rested coming off of a bye playing at home. The offense, especially the run game, I could see going off, and the defense will slow down that Rams offense. I got the Ravens 35-17. Next, the Panthers take on the Saints. So 2 NFC rivals meet again. Saints won the first matchup in week 1, and Carolina has nothing to play for. They got eliminated from the playoffs last week. Their season is done. The Saints have everything to play for, though. They have a shot at the division title and a playoff spot. I could see the Carolina Panthers playing spoilers, but because the Saints could easily lose this game, but it's hard to say with how bad Carolina is. Then again, Carr might not play due to his shoulder being injured, but even without Carr, the Saints are better all around at home against the Panthers, so I got them 24-14. Next, the Colts take on the Bengals. So low-key should be a fun game. Playoff complications for both squads. The Colts sneakily at 7-5 and the 6th seed in the AFC. The Bengals are 6-6 on the outside looking in. But not only will a win give a comfy cushion to the Colts in this race, but the Jags, if the Jags lose this game, they have a shot at the AFC South title. And a win for the Bengals can keep their playoff hopes alive, especially if the Steelers and the Browns both lose this week. So very interesting matchup indeed. Both teams remind me of each other. Solid wide receiver group, good run game, above average defenses, and 2 teams who have lost their starting quarterbacks for the season. And not to say their backup quarterbacks have been playing well too. The tough game to pick from. I guess because it's in Cincinnati, give me the Bengals 26-23. Next, the Bucs take on the Falcons. So second showdown between NFC South rivals. Atlanta won the first meeting in a close game. I think it's going to be another close one. Atlanta needs this win to hang on to that number 1 spot in the NFC South. Tampa Bay needs a win because they could capture that number 1 spot in the South, but even though both teams are bad, it should be a good game. I trust Baker over Desmond Ridder, but I trust the Atlanta offense, especially the running game, along with that defense over Tampa Bay's offense and defense. It's going to come down to who makes the less mistakes. I'm not confident at all, but give me the Falcons to win a 20-19 game and getting the sweep over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Next, the Jags take on the Cleveland Browns. So a tough game to pick from, especially with all the questions surrounding Trevor Lawrence's injury. I did read his injury isn't as bad as it looked, but still, if I'm the Jaguars, I'd sit him this game. The risk is not worth the reward, especially against a daunted Cleveland defense. Besides, CJ Beathard, when he came out on Monday night, he looked pretty well. And as for the Jags, they have weapons on offense, but their defense has been suspect lately. They got torched by Jake Browning last week, and the Browns' offense has looked solid with Joe Flacco in one game as the quarterback for them. They signed him off the streets last week, and he performed pretty good. And their defense is very good at home. I think they're going to destroy whoever the quarterback is for the Jags. It's challenging to pick the winner of this game. I still need more injury updates, but I'll put it like this: if the Jags don't have Trevor Lawrence, I'll go with the Browns. But if the Jaguars have Trevor Lawrence, I'll go with the Jags. Next, the Detroit Lions take on the Chicago Bears. So second game between both NFC North rivals. The Lions won the first matchup a few weeks ago in a close one. The Bears had the game on lock, but they choked a 12-point lead in the last 5 minutes. And I see it being another high-scoring and close affair because they always play each other tough. The Lions obviously are the better team, but sometimes that doesn't mean much. On Thanksgiving, we all know they lost to the Packers, and they're the better team than the Packers. However, a couple weeks ago in Detroit in the first game between them, the better team, which was the Lions, overcame that 12-point deficit late against the inferior team, which was the Bears. Good teams find a way to win. So I got the Lions 37-27 and get the season sweep. Next, the Seahawks take on the Niners. So the second time in 3 weeks these two teams play. NFC West rivals meet again. Niners won the first game 31-13 on Thanksgiving. The San Francisco Niners, they're just trending up while the Seahawks are trending down in the opposite direction. They usually split the season series every year, but I don't think it's going to happen. I got the Niners 34-17. Niners are just better all around and playing at a different level than the Seahawks. Next, the Vikings take on the Raiders. So two teams that come off their bye. Justin Jefferson is back for the Vikings, which is huge. They get their star wide receiver back, another weapon to that offense. And they need this game to stay in the NFC playoff picture. The Raiders, I doubt, will make the playoffs, but, mathematically they still have a chance. I see it being a very close game, though, to be honest with you. I know that the Vikings need it more, so I'm going to take them to edge it out 27-24. Next, the Broncos take on the Chargers. So the first meeting of the AFC West rivals, both teams are just they're just not good, but at least the Broncos showed they can compete. The Broncos, they know they have to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. The Chargers are not eliminated yet, and we know that their offense is very good, but they're facing a very good Denver defense. It's going to be interesting to watch, and I think the Denver offense, they're not the best, but they should move the ball against this very bad Chargers defense. It's tough to pick, but I got to go with the Chargers here, 27-23. Next, Bills take on the Kansas City Chiefs. So two teams, they always give us classic games whenever they meet in recent years. We had the AFC Championship game a few years ago, the division round with the 13 seconds where Mahomes did magic for the win, and just great regular season games in between all that. It's funny enough, though, the Chiefs always win in the playoffs while the Bills usually beat them during the regular season. And the Bills are coming off of a bye after a tough loss against the Eagles, and the Kansas City Chiefs look to bounce back after a tough loss last week against Green Bay. So who bounces back? It's very hard to say. I flipped a coin on this, and it landed on tails for the Chiefs, so I got to go with the Chiefs here 28-24, but the Bills could definitely win. I think it's going to be another fun game. I think they're going to give us another classic game, and I'm sure it's going to be must-see TV. Speaking of must-see TV, this game right here, the Eagles taking on the Cowboys. Huge game. Second meeting between two NFC East rivals. The Eagles narrowly escaped with a win last time at home, and the stakes are so high because this could potentially decide the NFC East winner, the number one seed in the NFC, and the MVP between Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott. Prescott's just got to keep doing what he's been doing down this stretch he's been on. He's been on an amazing run, and the defense needs to create turnovers. Last game against the Eagles, they created none, and they just didn't look good, so they have to bounce back in this game, and I honestly can't wait, man. I can't wait. The Cowboys can't get swept by the Eagles here. I don't even know what I'll do. Probably cry, so it's not happening. It's not happening. I'm not even putting that energy out there. Cowboys winning 40-34. The Monday games, we have two Monday games. The first Monday game is the Green Bay Packers taking on the New York Giants. So the Packers are rolling right now. They need this win to increase their chances of making the playoffs. Jordan Love is playing a hell of a lot better. Same with their run game and defense. And not for nothing, though, someone who's been playing good, Tommy DeVito of the Giants, the rookie quarterback, he's been racking up a couple wins for them. And, they could pull off the upset, but I just don't know. I don't really see it happening because Green Bay is just playing much better right now. Jordan Love is playing mistake-free football, and that's what you want to see from him. So give me the Packers here 21-17. The final Monday night game is the second game. The Tennessee Titans take on the Miami Dolphins. So Titans are just awful. They need to be flawless for a win, which I don't see happening. It could be a trap game for the Dolphins, though, especially if they turn the ball over and they can't stop Derrick Henry. But, we've seen the Dolphins be very, very good against bad teams this year. So for that reason, I got them winning this one 35-16. So that's it for the Week 14 picks around the NFL. Let me know what you guys think. Before I go, we have the bye week. This is the final bye week of the season. Only 2 teams are on it, the Arizona Cardinals and Washington Commanders. My lock of the week is the Dolphins over the Tennessee Titans. And my upset, I don't really have one, honestly. I'm pretty much going with all the favorites to win, but I could see it being the Panthers or the Chicago Bears. So, like I said, that's it for the Week 14 picks. Let me know what you guys think. Give me some feedback. Love hearing what you have to say. What picks of mine you agree with, disagree with, who your lock and upset is of the week, what game you're most excited for, which game you don't really care to see it about at all. So, yeah, that's it. Remember, follow this exact YouTube channel. Follow me on my Instagram page down below. Take care. Enjoy some football.